level 59 upgrade. And there they are, Demon's next upgrade, the constant velocity driveshafts. These of course were donated to me by Coyote0976. Thanks a ton! So let's go ahead and open these things up and check them out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and rip open the package. And I guess it's not gonna be that easy to get out, so I'm gonna have to dig in here. There we go. Oh, gosh, these look good. Now on the bottom you can see we have the hardware, which is those grub screws, and then we have the drive shafts themselves, which just... oh guys, these are so beautiful. I love them so much. Oh yeah, and of course they do adjust, so... oh gosh, these just look good all the way around. Well, enough admiring them, let's go ahead and get them installed. First thing I need to go ahead and do is take off both the rear tires by removing the 4mm nuts that hold them on. Once I get off the old tires, it's time to go ahead and remove the gearbox cover. It's held on with 2 screws. We have one on top and one on bottom. Once I remove the gear cover, it's time to go ahead and move down to the axle carrier. I'm going to be undoing the 2 screws that hold it on. One that holds it to the link, and then the other one that holds it to the A-arm. Once I remove the screw that connects it to the camber link and the pin that holds it onto the A-arm, I just can go ahead and pull it right on off. Now it's time to go ahead and remove the wheel hex hub. Now if I had the stock plastic one, I'd use a flathead screwdriver and just pry it off. However, I have the STRC aluminum one, so I'm going to have to undo this grub screw and then slide it off. Once you remove the wheel hex hub, it's time to go ahead and remove the axle pin by just sliding it on out. And then you have the Teflon washer, which you can go ahead and just pull that off, and then pull out the bottom of the drive shaft. And if a bearing comes out, or a bushing, depending which one you have, you can just go ahead and pull it off the axle. Now it's time to get the top of the drive shaft off. In order to remove the top of the drive shaft, I'm going to have to undo this little grub screw that holds a yoke to the diff gear. As for this side that has the spur gear and pinion, you can see that it's a little tougher to get to, but without the gear cover on there, you should be able to reach it. Once you pull out the grub screw, then you can go ahead and pull off the top of the drive shaft. And now you can go ahead and install the new drive shaft. All I have to do is line up the holes, as you can see, and then slide it on, and then install the new grub screw that they included with the new CVDs. Once you've taken care of the top of the drive shaft, it's time to go ahead and attach the axle carrier. Make sure that your bushings or bearings are on, and then you're just going to slide it on to the axle pin, followed by a Teflon washer. Push that all the way down. And then I'm going to get the axle pin. I'm going to slide that on through the hole, just like that. Make sure it's even on each side. And then I can reattach the wheel hex hub. Once that's taken care of, I can reattach it to the A-arm using the screw pin and reattach it to the toe link. Once that's taken care of, I can go ahead and reattach the gear cover. Just remember, when you're putting in the screws, the shorter one goes on bottom and the longer one goes on top. Once that's taken care of, all that's left is to go ahead and reattach the tires. But as you guys can see, these tires are just in really bad condition. In fact, if you look inside of here, the whole hex hub has been grounded out. This is what it's supposed to look like. That's what these tires look like now. However, thanks to Coyote0976, he sent me brand new Anaconda tires. Thanks again, man. So I'm going to be slapping these bad boys on and throwing the old ones away. And there you have it, Demon's new Anaconda tires. Now this time I'm not going to be painting the rims black. The reason why I did that the first time was because the back ones were chrome and the front ones were dark chrome. And I thought it looked goofy, so I painted them black so they would match. But now I don't have to do that. And remember, if you don't know which way the tread is supposed to go, they always have this little indication on the side of the tire of how to put it on. Here's before. And here is after. Guys, these drive shafts look so good. And of course, here is Demon's old Anaconda tires. As you guys can see, there's not much tread on them. And here's Demon's new tires. They look awesome. Guys, Demon is looking really good. So before I end this upgrade, I have to give a major shout out once again to Coyote. Thank you so very much for these awesome donations. And that was Demon's level 59 upgrade. off, you should be able to go ahead and reach that little mutt. So you can see the top of the dry gap, oh boy, that attaches it to the drive. Taken care of, you can go ahead. Oh, that hurt my ears.